Alright guys, now the real game is going to start. IELTS Listening Part 3, which is usually confusing. There are three types of questions that we have in Part 3. Multiple choice, single, double, matching, okay, and that's it. In Listening Part 3, there will be an educational topic which will be being discussed by two students, sometimes three, but mostly two. Sometimes two students are discussing, sometimes one tutor and one student, and they are discussing something related to their education. And most of the time it's a presentation or a project that a student is discussing with the teacher, or two students are discussing about their final presentation or anything like that, right? Now, in listening part 3, audio is fluent, and they discuss some advanced level English which you need to understand through practice, because IELTS is taken by students. So part 3 and part 4 they are educational, part 1 and part 2 they are social. Now let's see how to deal with double multiple choice questions. Which two parts of introductory stage of their art projects do Jess and Tom agree were useful? Now please underline two parts. Art projects. Jess and Tom agree. Useful. Right? Now two parts. Out of 5, 2 parts, they agree that they were useful. Now if one says this part was useful and the second one says it was useless for me, will that be the answer? No, that will not be the. Please go and see outside. That will not be the answer. Okay, the answer is a part where both of them agree, right? Important thing. Okay, there are 5 things and they will discuss these 5 things in any order. So I mean, it's not starting from A, it may start from anywhere. Option A, bird park visit. Now for example, Tom says, well, I learned a lot from bird park visit. And Jess says, I'm sorry, I was ill, I couldn't go there. Will it be the answer? No. Where they agree that it was useful for both of them, that will be the answer. Workshop sessions. Natural history museum visit. Underline museum visit. Now if museum visit was useful for both of them, it will be the answer. If it was useful for one person, not the other, it will not be the answer. And if both did not get any benefit, even then it will not be the answer. Projects done previous years. See, I'm not reading the article. And the sum. And you need to read it just like, projects done previous year. Handouts with research sources. Okay, now I play the audio. There will be Tom, there will be Jess, they will talk about these options, and out of 5, 2 things will be useful for them. I'll replay the audio and elaborate one by one as well later.
How are you getting on with your art project, Tom?
Okay. They gave us the theme of birds to base our project on, and I'm not really all that interested in wildlife, but I'm starting to get into it. I've pretty well finished the introductory stage.
So have I. When they gave us all those handouts with details of books and websites to look at, I was really put off. But the more I read, the more interested I got.
Me too. I found I could research so many different aspects of birds in art. Colour, movement, texture. So I was looking forward to the bird park visit.
What a letdown. It poured with rain and we hardly saw a single bird. Much less use than the trip to the Natural History Museum.
Yeah. I liked all the stuff about evolution there. The workshop sessions with Dr. Fletcher were good too, especially the brainstorming sessions.
I missed those because I was ill. I wish we could have seen the projects last year's students did.
I suppose they want us to do our own thing, not copy.
Yeah. Correct answers are option C and option E. Alright, let's just go through all 5 options one by one and we see why other 3 options are wrong. That's important.
How are you getting on with your art project, Tom?
Okay. They gave us the theme of birds to base our project on, and I'm not really all that interested in wildlife, but I'm starting to get into it. I've pretty well finished the introductory stage.
So have I. When they gave us all those handouts with
Now, when they gave us all those handouts, which option? E. Now, please listen and see.
details of books and websites to look at, I was really put off. But the more I read, the more interested I got.
Me too.
More I read, more interested I got. Me too. What does it mean? Exactly. Both agree, right? Yeah, me too. So when someone says me too, it means both agree. Now, second thing is, like they talked about these handouts. More I read, more interested I got. More interested I got means they were useful. So first right answer is option E. Now,
I found I could research so many different aspects of birds in art. Colour, movement, texture. So I was looking forward to the bird park visit.
I was looking forward to the bird park visit. Like I was very excited about that. It's option A.
What a letdown. It poured with rain and
What a letdown. Letdown means disappointment. It poured with rain. Poured with rain means lot of rain.
we hardly saw a single bird.
We hardly saw a single bird. So was it useful? No, it poured with rain, right? And they hardly saw a single bird. A is the wrong answer. Next.
Much less used than the trip to the Natural History Museum.
Much less used than the trip to the Natural History Museum. Means Natural History Museum was useful than the bird park visit. So second correct answer is option C. Much less use than the Natural History Museum. Now when you say much less use than the Natural History Museum, it means Natural History Museum was useful. Much less use than the Natural History Museum means the Natural History Museum was more useful.
Yeah.
Yeah means they agree. Exactly. So C is the second right answer. Now please come to option B.
I liked all the stuff about evolution there. The workshop sessions with Dr. Fletcher were good too,
The workshop sessions with Dr. Fletcher were good too.
especially the brainstorming sessions.
I missed those because I was ill.
I missed those because I was ill. So will it be the right answer? No, it was useful for one, not the other, because other was absent. And finally, option D for doctor.
I wish we could have seen the projects last year students did.
I wish we could have seen the projects last year students did.
I suppose they want us to do our own thing, not copy.
Yeah, they want us to do our own thing, not copy. So the projects done in previous year, they are not useful for them. Okay. Now, questions 23 and 24. Which two ways do both Jess and Tom decide to change their proposal? Now, they are going to change their proposal. Underline change proposal. Two ways change proposal, or two ways decide to change proposal. Listen, out of 5 things, there are only 2 things which they are going to change. And other 3 things they will not change. So the things which will not be changed, that is not your answer. Your answer is what they are going to change. Option A, rationale for their action plan. Rationale is something like logical thinking for their action plan. So if they want to change it, it will be the right answer. If it is okay, they don't want to change anything about it, then it is not. Option B, less specific about the outcome. Less specific about the outcome means when you draw a conclusion, you do not draw a specific conclusion. You leave things open. So much less specific about the outcome. Option D, video diary presentation. If they want to change anything about video diary presentation, it will be the right answer. If that is okay, they don't change anything about it, then it is not the right answer. Option B, timeline and a mind map. Now these are the parts of their proposals. So if they want to change it, it is that you only need to check one thing, whether they want to change that part or they don't want to change it. If they want to change it, that is the right answer. And out of 5, they will change only 2 things. And finally, by making their notes more evaluative. So making notes evaluative. So if they want to make their notes more evaluative, then E will be the right answer. Now please listen and answer questions 23-24.
Have you drafted your proposal yet?
Yes, but I haven't handed it in. I need to amend some parts. I've realised the notes from my research are almost all just descriptions. I haven't actually evaluated anything, so I'll have to fix that.
Oh, I didn't know we had to do that. I'll have to look at that too. Did you do a timeline for the project?
Yes, and a mind map.
Yeah, so did I. I quite enjoyed that. But it was hard having to explain the basis for my decisions in my action plan.
What?
You know, give a rationale.
I didn't realise we had to do that. OK, I can add it now. And I've done the video diary presentation and worked out what I want my outcome to be in the project.
Someone told me it's best not to be too precise about your actual outcome at this stage, so you have more scope to explore your ideas later on. So I'm going to go back to my proposal to make it a bit more vague.
Really? OK, I'll change that too then.
I'll change that too then. I'm going to go back to make it more vague. I'm going to change that. So, B and E, out of 2, if 1 is correct, you will get 1 mark for that. Right answers are option E for elephant, B for boy. Correct answers. Okay, I'll repeat it, don't worry. Audio is still there. I will repeat the same audio and I will tell you why E, B are correct and why other options are right. And by the way, you can write correct options in any order. For example, 23, 24, you may write B, E, E, B. Both ways it's correct, okay? Now please listen again and we see why.
Have you drafted your proposal
First we have option E.
yet?
Yes, but I haven't handed it in. I need to amend some parts. I've realised the notes from my research are almost all just descriptions. I haven't actually evaluated anything.
See, the notes are just description. I haven't evaluated anything.
So I'll have to fix that.
I'll have to fix that. Fix means change. Now let's see what does the girl say.
Oh, I didn't know we had to do that. I'll have to look at that too.
I'll have to look at that too. So notes, he has to make them more evaluated. And the girl said, I'll have to do that too. First correct answer is option E. Now please come to option D.
Did you do a timeline for the project?
Yes, and a mind map.
Yeah, so did I.
Anything about changing them? No, she just asked, did you do the timeline and the mind map? And that's it. Now please come to option A.
I quite enjoyed that. But it was hard having to explain the basis for my decisions in my action plan.
What?
You know, give a rationale.
Give a rationale. And what does he say?
Didn't realise we had to do that.
I didn't realize we had to do that. He didn't do it even. So when you have not done anything at all, will you change it or will you do it? You will do it. Okay, that is why A is the wrong answer. उसने किया ही नहीं अभी. Okay?
With that. But it was hard having to explain the basis for my decisions in my action plan.
What?
You know, give a rationale.
I didn't realise we had to do that.
Okay, now after A, please come to option C.
Okay, I can add it now.
I can add it now. He did not say edit. He said I can add it now.
And I've done the video diary presentation and worked out what I want my outcome to be in the
Okay, video diary, and the lady did not react to video diary. She didn't say anything.
project.
Okay, now they are talking about option B by being less specific about the outcome.
I didn't realise we had to do that. Okay, I can add it now. And I've done the video diary presentation and worked out what I want my outcome to be in the project.
Okay, worked out what I want my outcome to be. So that is option B.
Someone told me it's best not to be too precise about your actual outcome at
Someone told me it's good not to be too precise. No, too precise means less specific about your outcome.
this stage, so you have more scope to explore your ideas later on. So I'm going to go back to my proposal to make it a bit more vague.
I'm going to go back to my proposal to make it a bit more vague.
Really? Okay, I'll change that too then.
Okay, I'll change that to then. So that is option B, being less specific about the outcome. Okay. All right, let's go on. Questions 25 to 30. Which personal meaning do the students decide to give to each of the following pictures? Now we have to match, yes? No, vague means something which is not clear, unclear. Mubhim, vague. We can't do anything about that. Bardasht. Yeah, okay. All right. Questions 25 to 30. Personal meaning is in the box and pictures are given in the questions. So we have to match pictures with personal meanings. Okay. Now, at this for this question type, when they give you half a minute to read the questions, will you read the questions or the options? Options, because questions are clear. Falcon, fish hawk, and they will not change anything about that, but they will change the wording of the options. Option A, childhood memory. Now, whenever they use the word childhood memory, for that they will say, when I was little, when I was small, one day I was going with my father, right? When I was at school. So anything related to childhood, school, college, and all that, A will be the right answer. Hope for the future. If they say we look forward to the future, look forward is being hopeful related to future. Next, fast movement. Underline the word fast and write there rapid. Fast, rapid. Movement. For movement, write the word motion. Rapid motion. Fast movement. Potential threat. Wow, I've read it recently in reading also. Potential threat. For potential threat, they use the word possible danger. Potential means possible. Threat means danger. Potential threat and possible danger. Option E, power of color. For power of color, what will they do? They will say how powerful the colors are, or the power of color, anything like that. Option F, continuity of life. Underline the word continuity. For continuity, they may use the word never ending, ongoing, never ending. Option G, protection of nature. For protection of nature, how to protect the nature, take care of the nature. For nature, they may use a natural object. You might have seen that picture when someone is holding a plant in his hand. So that shows protection of nature, that you are protecting the nature. Option H, confused attitude to nature. Whenever they talk about confused, they may say he is not sure, he is unsure, he doesn't know. Or they use the word weather, W-H-E-T-H-E-R. For example, I don't know whether I should go to Australia or Canada. What is it? Confused attitude. So when you're confused, you say, I'm not sure, he is not sure, he is unsure, or anything like that. Now, questions 25 onward, these are paintings. These are pictures of birds or animals and all that. So you got to match them with these options. Question number 25, falcon.
One part of the project I'm unsure about is where we choose some paintings of birds and say what they mean to us. Like, I chose a painting of a falcon by Landseer. I like it because the bird's standing there with his head turned to one side, but he seems to be staring straight at you. But I can't just say it's a bit scary, can I?
You could talk about the possible danger suggested by the bird's look.
Oh, okay.
You could talk about possible danger suggested by bird's look. So possible danger is option D, potential threat. Well done. Okay, question number 26, fish hawk.
There's a picture of a fish hawk by Audubon I like. It's swooping over the water with a fish in its talons and with great black wings which take up most of the picture.
So you could discuss it in relation to predators and food chains?
Well, actually, I think I'll concentrate on the impression of rapid motion it gives.
Right.
I think I would concentrate on rapid motion it gives. That's right. Rapid motion is fast movement. Correct answer for that is option C. Question number 27, Kingfisher.
You know that picture of a kingfisher by Van Gogh? It's perching on a reed growing near a stream.
Yes, it's got these beautiful blue and red and black shades.
I've actually chosen it because I saw a real kingfisher once when I was little. I was out walking with my grandfather and I've never forgotten it.
Oh, so we can use a personal link?
Sure.
Okay.
So, why not E, power of color? Exactly. Mainly it was the childhood memory. When I was little, I was out walking with my grandfather and all that. So correct answer is childhood memory. A is the right answer. Question number 28, portrait of William Wells.
There's a portrait called William Wells. I can't remember the artist, but it's a middle-aged man who's just shot a bird. And his expression and the way he's holding the bird in his hand suggests he's not sure about what he's done. To me, it's about how ambiguous people are in the way they exploit the natural world.
Interesting.
Okay, he's not sure about what he has done. Option H, confused attitude. So whenever you see the word confused, they will talk like that. He's not sure, unsure, and all that. Next, we've got question 29, Vairomati. Let's see what do they say about that.
There's Gauguin's picture, Vairomati. He did it in Tahiti. It's a woman with a white bird behind her that is eating a lizard. And what I'm interested in is what idea this bird refers to. Apparently, it's a reference to the never-ending cycle of existence.
Wow.
It's a reference to the never-ending cycle of existence. Never-ending means continuity of life. For life, they use the word existence. So correct answer is F. And last, portrait of Giovanni de Medici.
I chose a portrait of a little boy, Giovanni de Medici. He's holding a tiny bird in one fist. I like the way he's holding it carefully so he doesn't hurt it.
Oh, right.
He's holding it carefully so that he doesn't hurt it. That is protection of nature. Option G. That's right. Okay, so not very difficult, huh? Good.